Peace. Page 244. I'll read you a couple of more pages from this book. The government's Soma pill. In Aldous Huxley's and Jolly West's vision, the lower servile classes would be controlled by the governmental elite through the daily rationing of Soma, a pill that produces a chemical euphoria. Soma was a drug capable of making people happy in situations where they would normally feel miserable, in Huxley's words. This is marijuana in the inner city ghetto. After the riots or urban rebellions of the 60s, the government targeted the inner city with OSS's enhanced marijuana, the same way they targeted their own youth rebels with the CIA's LSD and marijuana. Weed makes black life tolerable in the otherwise intolerable conditions of the scientifically created urban ghetto, an environment that no human should suffer and most humans would revolt against, unless they were chemically made to be happy in their miserable circumstances. We are thus not surprised to discover that the Carter administration in 1980 to 81 tried to get a THC pill created and made available. Top officials from the Food and Drug Administration and the National Institute on Drug Abuse met with representatives of the 10 largest pharmaceutical companies in January 1980 for a planning session designed to encourage the creation of a THC capsule. The malicious intent is obvious when we consider that in that same year, 1980, the National Institute on Drug Abuse released a report confirming the minimal medicinal value of marijuana and its significant health risks. So now it gets small writer now, this is the report. A review of marijuana's acute effects on intellectual functioning done for this year's report indicates the data is generally consistent. Marijuana intoxication interferes with immediate memory and a wide range of intellectual tasks in a manner that might be expected to impair classroom learning amongst student users. While much remains to be learned about the chronic effects of marijuana, there are converging lines of evidence with respect to its pulmonary effects. Both animal and human experiments suggest that marijuana impairs lung function to a greater extent than tobacco cigarettes do. While there is yet no direct evidence that it can play a causal role in lung cancer, it is known that, like tobacco smoke residuals, the tar from marijuana is tumour-producing when applied to the skin of test animals. Although the evidence is by no means definitive, though it is today, in brackets, several kinds of animal and human research have suggested that heavy marijuana use may impair reproductive functioning. Such impairment may include diminished sperm count and motility in males, and possible interference with fertility in females. Such preliminary findings may have greater significance for the marginally fertile. Given the many concerning the effects of marijuana on fetal development. Given the many unknowns concerning the effects of marijuana on fetal development, the use of marijuana during pregnancy should continue to be strongly discouraged. Overall, marijuana, THC, and related drugs have shown definite promise in treating the nausea and vomiting which often accompany cancer chemotherapy. While thus far they have not proven to be invariably superior to other medication, they may be enduringly useful with patients for whom other drugs are relatively ineffective. Okay. With this admitted high risk, low reward situation, why would the government push a THC pill on the public? The answer should be obvious by now. This is Huxley's Soma pill. The pharmaceutical company Eli Lilly produced a synthetic form of THC called nabilone. Its clinical trials were cancelled after the deaths of several dogs. This is revealing because Eli Lilly produced the CIA's MK Ultra LSD, unleashed on a radical white youth. And as we shall see, Eli Lilly produced a neurotoxic chemical, thimerosal, which is contributing to the alarming rates of autism in black boys.